Hey y'all, hey, this is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Happy Tuesday, y'all. I don't know why to me it feels like a Thursday or a Friday. I think because the way my weekend played out, but neither here nor there. It is Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. I'm going to get you started on the vibes of the day to remind you that it's going to be a good day. Step one, wake up, brother, go rise in the sun. Hey. Step two, do some good morning, Hillbilly. Hey. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Hey. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, good morning, Stacy. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. How? Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do. The aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Hey! Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. I sure don't look like my problems. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Hey. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. But you always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts will poison your eye. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap. All the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Hey, what? So I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive vibes are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time. It's how you operate a cadence. Afloat, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. Hey. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, y'all. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good morning, Kev. Today's gonna be a good day. Hey, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Oh my God. So, I opened up the positive read for today and I was like, damn, this is a message for your ass. It's like life be lifing. And then when I open up this book to go read the positive message for the day, I'm like, oh, they talking about me. How they know? How did they know that I needed this message today? And so I'm hoping that you feel the same way when I share the message of the day with you. But before I get into that, I need to tell y'all, good morning, Ansel. I need to tell you guys how my weekend was. I got to talk about that for a minute. All right, so y'all know my girlfriend, Maria. She's always pulling and coming up with things and places to do. And I love that because she's one of those friends that's going to make sure I'm going to have life experiences, right? And I appreciate that because all my friends feed into me differently. And she's the friend that'll pull me out and have me doing things that I probably would not do ordinarily. And so, as you know, not too long ago, we went to see the Luther Experience in Bethesda, Maryland. And so this particular weekend, she bought tickets to see Kiki Wyatt. Now, the tickets from the box office, they sold tickets for a 427 show. And so that's the show that we bought tickets for. We get on the bus, right? Because this is a bus ride, y'all. This is a bus ride. It's not a flight. It's a bus ride. We get on a bus to embark on this 4-hour journey. And we get there and we check into our hotel and we have our drinks and our food and we're having a great time. Skipping down the street, walking to the theater because the hotel is down the block from the theater. We get to the theater. The theater is dark, locked, nobody in sight. The seats are piled up on top of each other because you can see through the glass. And I was like, hold up. The show was supposed to start at 7 p.m. It was 6:45. And the ticket says the doors open at 5 o'clock. Now, I know that to be true because we were just there and we went early and we had drinks and stuff and then we went to our seats. And so there was a couple of people standing outside and they were like, we don't think this show is happening. And I'm like, hold up. I don't live around the corner down the block. I literally traveled to see this show and it didn't happen. And so we marched back to the hotel, hung out at the bar, and made a night of it. On our way back, see, I should have known that this weekend was going to fall to shit when the concert didn't happen. I should have known the rest of the weekend was going to be shitty, okay? We get on the bus and we're heading back, and of course, I fall asleep with my earpods in my ear. I go to adjust myself, and my right earpod falls out of my ear into the seat of the bus. I can hear it, but I can't reach it. I can't see it. I can't get to it. Okay. Waited till the bus got to New York City. The bus driver did all he could to try to take the seat apart, pull it apart. I was so aggravated. I felt like my anxieties were on 1,000. But I was starving before, but my appetite left, everything left. I just knew that I was completely miserable. Now I lost a fucking AirPod. Okay. And if you have AirPods, you know what that means. That means that now you got to go to the Apple store and get an AirPod, which costs you $90 for one AirPod. So I'm like, I traveled for a concert that didn't happen, spent money unnecessarily, lost my AirPod in the process, had to come home, go to Apple and get a replacement AirPod. Apple, that's fucking ridiculous that one AirPod is $89. Like, what is happening here? I'm about to go back to the string headsets, the ones that have the string hanging down the neck, because that is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. And so that was my weekend, y'all. And it was so frustrating. But all in all, Noah and Maria, we're going to be at it again. And I appreciate it. So that was that. That was my weekend drama story. Okay. Hopefully y'all had a better weekend than I did. That's all I got to say. All right. Now, as far as other things to discuss, what do y'all think? Now, I know there's not many people on here, but what do you think about how Shedeur Sanders was treated in the NFL? Like, I see people posting and I see mixed messages. I mean, we all thought that Sanders was going to be picked in the first round, but obviously he was picked in the fifth round. And people are saying that the NFL is racist, or, they wanted to humble him or whatever. Do you really believe that Sanders deserved to be drafted in the first round? Do you truly believe that he was treated unfairly in the NFL picks? And if you think he was treated unfairly, why do you think he was treated unfairly? Some people say his dad was cocky and it's partly his fault. Other people say that the NFL is just used to people being desperate, used to these young kids being desperate because they see money, they see checks, they see a lifestyle. But Sanders already had this lifestyle, so he wasn't desperate. So some people say it was because he was cocky. What do y'all think? I don't follow sports down to the levels like that. So I don't really have an opinion here nor there, and I don't have a lot of the background stories. But what do y'all think about that? I mean, I hear people saying it's racist in there, but I don't know if racism is the right word, right? Since a majority of NFL is Black. maybe prejudice, right? Not only against skin color, but against just the fact of who you are, maybe. I don't know. But I'm looking for you guys to chime in and tell me what your thoughts are there. Hillbilly says, sorry, NFL is as fake as WWE wrestling. Ansel said, professional sports is a business. What does that mean, Ansel? It's a business. How do you think this transaction related to business per se? What are your thoughts? Stacey, I know you watch sports, so what the hell are you thinking? What are your thoughts? No more thoughts on that? All right, so since nobody has any more thoughts on the Shador Sanders thing, I'm going to move over and talk about supporting. I think that was a bunch of BS. Why though, Stacey? Why do you think it was a bunch of BS? While we are unpacking that, drama is good for business. Okay, that's a good one. When you go to your boss, you don't tell them what's best for them. Okay. Sometimes I do though. Sometimes I do go to my boss and be like, this is what's best. I do that. But that's a good answer. All right. So while we're unpacking that, keep the comments coming. Good morning, mother. Keep the comments coming. But let's talk about this new movie, Sinners, that came out. I have not seen it. I'm going to be honest though. I tried to watch it, but the copy that I was playing was not clear, and so I'm waiting for it to be clear. Now I am one of the offenders of the topic that I'm bringing to the table right now, right? I haven't read the positive read yet. Okay, all right, we're just unpacking some little shenanigans right now, right? But people are commenting about the movie Sinners and how people that do not go to the movie theaters to watch the movie need to shut up, because they always talking about we don't support each other, we don't support our people and stuff like that, but yet motherfuckers are watching the movie on their couch instead of investing in a theater ticket and going to the theater to watch the movie. So of course I scrolled through the comments to see what people were saying, and there was a lot of people that said they watched the movie at home, fuck it. And then there was a lot of people in there saying that they went to the theater to support the movie. Now, what person are you? Are you the person to go to the movie theaters and watch a movie at this stage in the game? Or are you the person to watch it at home? Whether that is watching it on your broken Fire Stick, which we know is not legal really, okay? Or waiting for it to come on a streaming service like Cinemax or Paramount Plus or Peacock or something like that. Are you the person that waits for the movie to come to your living room? Or do you go to the theater and invest in the movie? Okay. And what are your thoughts about people that wait and watch it in their living room opposed to going investing in the movie itself? Give me your thoughts on that. And I mean, I'm guilty. I feel that in particular due to his father, the arrogance. Okay. He is good player. Maybe not round one, but fifth, nah. Okay. That's being honest. Okay, because I just wanted to separate the fact that he's Deion Sanders' son. Because I think a lot of people there's an entitlement thing there, I think. But again, I'm not into sports that deep. But I do feel that there's an entitlement thing there because he's Deion Sanders' son, that he should have gotten this preferential treatment. All right. And so maybe the fifth round was a bit harsh for them to do that to him. But, is he a good player? That's the key question here. I don't know. I can't say. I don't follow him. I've never seen him quarterback, so I don't know. Right? And is he going to be all right sitting on the bench for a lot of the games? Because I believe the Cleveland Browns already have 2 or 3 quarterbacks, right? If I'm not mistaken. And so if that's the case, where is the space for him to play? So are you okay sitting on the bench? I'm the person that reenacts that shit. Streaming is the best thing for me. Okay. So I want to say I'm guilty because before COVID, and I want to say not even right before COVID, I want to say a year or two before COVID, I had really stopped going to the theater. It's only certain movies that I might push to go to the theater. And even now, I don't even push to go to the theater to watch movies. I've realized that with the way my bladder is set up, I got to pee. I want to be able to pause the movie. I want to be able to rewind it and say, what the fuck he say or what the fuck she say. I want to be able to be like, huh? In my house real loud. And so for me, I'm the person that will watch it in my living room. Now, how do you think that hurts the industry? You know, do you feel we are hurting the industry by not going to the movies to watch these productions? On the movies, I can go to my bathroom, pause, rewind exactly from my couch. Ansel says, I don't matter where you're drafted, you make it your business to earn your spot. Isn't that the important thing? Right? Like everybody wants to be drafted first, right? But the key thing is that you were drafted. You were drafted. It's like going on a job interview, right? You go on a job interview, you say, I think I did really, really good on this interview, but the person interviewing says, well, we still have several people lined up to interview. Now they might go through 3, 5, 10 people and then turn around and decide, oh, well, I really like that other person. But they interviewed 10 people after me. It happens, right? But if I get the job, I'm not worried about the 10 people they interviewed before me that they might have liked, that they pushed through until they decided that they liked me. All I care about is that I got the fucking job. And I'm going to do the best at it. That's what I care about. Hillbilly said, I'd rather vacay than watch it. I'd rather kayak than watch it. I'd rather make love than watch it. I know that's right, Hillbilly, because you are outdoorsman. You are outdoorsman. All right, so I expect that from you. Hillbilly, I don't imagine you sit down and watch much of anything that comes on TV. Unless the TV is outside. Right, but when will he get a chance to show his skills? Well, that's what I'm asking, right? Because don't they have a couple of quarterbacks on the team, Stacy? Again, I don't follow football that deep, but I do listen when it's being played in the house, and I hear it in the background. And I could have sworn I heard the Cleveland Browns had a couple of quarterbacks, or either my boo told me or something. I know I heard it, right? And so my question then was, well, when the fuck is he going to play? I think I'd be more upset about that. Like, don't draft me to sit on the bench. Okay. He won't. They overloaded on quarterbacks. Oh, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, because I'm like, they're celebrating him going to the Cleveland Browns where they got a whole handful of quarterbacks. Like, I don't understand why that's a happy moment. But that's just me. But I guess a paycheck is a paycheck. What makes him more deserving than others? Well, not only that, Hillbilly, I am so glad you said that. I am so glad you said that, Hillbilly, because the one thing that this whole controversy did do was remove the light from all the other players that did get drafted. Like, all you heard was about Shedeur Sanders. Like, what about the other people that earned their spots and was being drafted? You couldn't even celebrate them because there was so much noise behind the Sanders stuff. And that's very unfortunate because, as Hillbilly said, other people are more deserving or just as deserving. And they couldn't even get the celebration right because everything was so focused on Sanders, which is so bad, right? Which is so bad. There's a lot of people that got drafted early and failed. Sports is an investment. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. But guess what? I'm about to get into the positive read of the day now that we got through current events. All right. Today is April 29th, and we are in the month of acknowledgement. That smoke is going forever. And this message is perfect because, it's a good message. All right. So get from it what you need to get from it. April 29th, I am willing to acknowledge the ups and downs of life need not get me down. Do I need to repeat that? The ups and downs of life need not get me down. When I tell you, I be opening this book and the message jumps off the page and it's like, this is for you. That's what happened today. When I came in and said, I'm going to do the show, let me prepare the daily read. When I opened up for April 29th and read the message, I said, oh my God. There are days you wake up feeling bigger than life. You are on a natural high. Then the very next day, you can wake up feeling helpless, hopeless, and worthless. You may feel that if you had the strength, you would bury yourself forever. Both of these experiences are natural, normal, and to be expected. They are what we call the ups and downs, the highs and the lows of life. There are, however, some very important things you must be able to do in order to make it through these experiences without getting bruised. When you are high, be aware of the commitments and decisions you make. Discipline yourself to avoid taking on more than you can do because you feel like you can do it all. That used to be me. Restrain yourself, knowing that even if you remain up for the next few days, your plate might be full. Your days may be scheduled. Take your time in doing whatever you are doing so that you will not be forced to redo or overdo at a later time. Do not get caught up in the high times. Allowing a good feeling to motivate you to take on things could cause you to crash. If, on the other hand, you wake up feeling low, lonely, or low down, allow yourself the luxury of the experience. Allow yourself to remember that you are human and that life goes on. It renews itself each day, offering you the opportunity to do the same. Avoid the things you do to deny where you are. Simply be. Perhaps you need the rest. Be present with yourself and what you feel for at least 48 hours. After that, pick yourself up, pump yourself up, spruce yourself up in anticipation of the next wave of feeling good. Until today, you may have questioned or dreaded the feelings of up and down that go along with being alive. Just for today, take note of where you are. Allow yourself to be there. Take precautions not to do or say anything that could convince you that this is a permanent state of being. Today, I acknowledge and embrace the highs and lows of my life. Baby, that's a message for your ass because I definitely have highs and lows and highs and lows and highs and lows. Like there are times I am high. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm conquering the world. And then there are times that I'm feeling low. And during those lows, sometimes it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? But this message says, give yourself grace to live through those experiences of being in the low and allow yourself a good 48 hours to be there and get out of it. But after that, shake yourself out of it and remember that the high times are coming. This is everyday life. You know, this is where, and I've said it before on my show, where some people in my life, they get annoyed at me because I see the glass half full opposed to half empty. I navigate my life on the positive side as much as possible. Yes, I have many low days. And when I get really, really low, I look around and I remind myself that I have a roof over my head. I have food in my refrigerator. I have a healthy life for the most part. Okay? Meaning I don't have any, diseases that I'm dying from. That's a blessing. And I hold on to these things to keep my lows balanced, right? So that I'm living in the lows, but grateful at the same time. Knowing that and reminding myself that eventually there'll be light at the end of the tunnel. And some people find themselves saying, when is my life ever going to change? I always get something bad. Bad always happens to me. And those people that say that, sometimes I look at them when they're my friends and I assess in my head, but they're breathing, they're healthy, they have a place to live. Sometimes when we are in our lows, we completely forget to be grateful for the things that we have. That's the balance I try to apply to my life. That's the foundation that keeps me stable, because other than that, it would be hard for me to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Right? And I have many low times, but my life is so good. When I look back and see where I came from, how could I not believe that there's light at the end of the tunnel when I know what I came from? Don't keep yourself there in the lows. My B-in-law play a game and hide with the sausage with another man's wife. Wait a minute. Your brother-in-law? I'm going to say that's my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law plays a game of hide the sausage with another man's wife. 2 years later, the other man started texting and saying she has an STD. He is using the text in his divorce. He sent the text to brother-in-law's wife. Text saying how amazing brother-in-law was. What? This is happening in real life? Like, does he have an STD? How did he not know 2 years later? I hope what the hell? Like, did he know he had an STD, or for 2 years they've been walking around? Now, I know the wife's cootie cat must have been itching or something, because women do get symptoms. Now, there's a lot of diseases out there where the men might not get a symptom, but the woman's cootie cat does things. So 2 years? 2 years, hillbilly? Stacy said life happens and we cannot control the ebbs and flows. My perspective, nothing stays the same and I have to ride it out. That part. Yin yang is needed. He had to go home early. You know, where's my damn pen? Because child. I was just talking about cheating earlier. Child. See, that'd be my greatest fear, right? And that's why I'd be like, don't cheat on me, because don't give me nothing. Because at this stage in my life, if you come to me, you said white people shit, hillbilly. Wait a minute. If I find out that I have an STD that is not curable, that some penicillin or whatever the fuck you take to get rid of an STD, if I can't get medicine to get rid of the STD and it's something that I'm stuck with for the rest of my life, guess what? We together forever. I don't give a fuck about the bitch you cheated with. We together forever, because you think I'm going to go around telling my sad story at this old ass age that I got an uncurable STD. Nah, there's already pee-pee and doodle out there in the dating pool. You think I want to go out in the already pee-pee and doodle dating pool talking about I got something that won't go away? No. We're going to be together forever. That's going to be both our stories that we sit around and talk about amongst each other. And when we having breakouts and shit, we're going to be doing it together. The fuck is wrong with them? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. And that's my greatest fear. Do not cheat on me. Don't come and give me no shit. I don't want to go to no doctor and be told, well, how they tell it? Well, your test results came back and oops, you got chlamydia or some shit. Now that's curable, but still. Wife was only mad because of the raving review he got. She should be happy that would she have been happier if the girl said he was trash in bed? Would she have been happier? I know you really can't answer that, but the mere fact that you said she was mad because he got a raving review has me thinking, would she have been happier if he got a trash review? After a raving review, the sharks will swarm. This is what I say, hillbilly. Sharks could swarm all around my partner. All they want. Right? But nobody can take from me what is meant for me. Nobody. But I had to grow up and become mature to understand that and truly live by that. If my man go out and cheat on me, he wasn't meant for me. No, he wasn't. If women could just snatch my man up, he wasn't mine in the first place. That's how I navigate in my mind. Now, if it happens to me in real life, I can never promise how I'm going to act, but in my mind, in my mature state of mind, I'm just washing it off as you were never mine. Because I'd be damned if I'm going to be out there fighting bitches at 58 years old. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not fighting no man to be faithful to me either. I'm too tired. Right? I'm too tired. Stacy said life happens and we cannot control. Oh, I read that. It's more twisted than it sounds, baby. Hillbilly, listen. Trust me. I've been experiencing some twisted stuff lately. Okay? Not in my life personally, but you know, I got friends and family and I see what the fuck goes on in relationships and how things can get ugly. And in situations like that, right? That's definitely a low. And in situations like that, why do people stay in situations when it has become so toxic that you find yourself arguing over and over again about the cheating and shit like that instead of just leaving? Now, I know it's easier said than done because I told y'all I had a chicken charm given to me that's still on my Pandora bracelet because I kept staying when a motherfucker kept cheating on me. But the difference was I wasn't hollering and screaming and I wasn't throwing shit around or whatever. I was just going about my business, living my life, and in my head, planning what my next steps were going to be. Because at that point, I felt like all the hollering and screaming, how is that helping me? What am I I hollering and screaming for? What am I breaking my stuff for? I had to learn to not do that because that was only affecting my mental stability. It was affecting my pockets financially. And guess what? The motherfucker still was cheating. Wait a minute, hillbilly. I cannot. You said to add fuel to the fire, they both drink a half a gallon a day. I hope of not no damn moonshine. You better tell me it's vodka. Because what the hell? Well, Ansel has a question for the show. Any age. Why is there an age on poly? And I think poly is like the new fashion, like, it's the new, I'm having a hot flash, y'all. It's the new thing, right? I think people throw this poly around as a new thing, like, oh wait. I think people pass around this poly thing as a new thing. Like, all of a sudden, everybody want to be fucking poly. What the? Are you thinking about being poly, Ansel? And if you're thinking about being poly, do it right. Don't do no bullshit like these MFs out here just saying I'm poly, but you really just cheating, right? Poly is a commitment across the partnership, whether you have three of you together. It's a commitment, not only for sex, but financial commitment, emotional commitment. Everyone in that poly relationship is supportive of each other. And a lot of times poly relationships, they live together. And if they don't live together, the man is providing for both of those women. Right? But these people out here these days, I feel that they just be like, I want to be in poly. That to them means that they just want to fuck multiple women without the women complaining. So are you talking a true polyamorous relationship, Ansel, or are you just talking about having multiple partners? Because there's a difference between poly and just having an open relationship. Right, hillbilly. I like that answer. Age has no real effect. Maturity is a more accurate way to determine. I agree. Yes, Ansel, it's a new viral thing. But people are not living true poly lifestyles, in my opinion. There's a lot of people just throwing the word around. Right now, I've said it a million times on the show. When I came out of my last relationship, I was like, I'm gonna be poly because I don't need a motherfucker in my face. But once I dated for some years and I got into this committed relationship. As I was dating and the years was going by and I'm dating, I realized I don't want to share my person. I was talking out the side of my fucking mouth before. I don't want to say, I'll wake up one day and slap the shit out of a bitch. And I'll be like, oh my God. And we'd be living in the house together, but for one day I might walk by and punch her in her face. I can't do it. I can't do it. All because I heard them having sex and she sound all loud like she was really enjoying it. See, I might get mad at that. I can't do it. I need my person to myself. Now, Ansel, are you thinking about being in a polyamorous relationship? And yes, hillbilly, I do agree that Mormons are poly. I do. Any other questions, Ansel, before we move towards closure? Because I got to do some work. It's 11:20. I got work to do. I got a meeting to prepare for. But don't forget the message of today, right? Lows and highs of life. When you are in your lows, appreciate those moments. Let those experiences pass you by. When you are in your highs, acknowledge those moments as well, and enjoy those moments as they come through, and know that this is constantly a flow of life, right? You're never going to be, not one person on this earth is going to be living on a high constantly. Okay? And so, keep that in mind. Well, hillbilly, that's what I'm saying. Poly is a lifestyle, not a fad, but I feel like a lot of people are navigating it as a fad right now. Okay? A lot of people are navigating that as a fad. Okay, now you got poly, you got open relationships, you got swinger type relationships, you got all kind of relationships. Figure out what the fuck you really want to be in. And that's it, and that's all. But with that, y'all, I gave y'all today's message. We talked about current events. Ansel asked the question. We chimed in on that question. And now I got to go. I got to do some work. But I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, hump day, opinions and asshole day. And I got a video that I want to play for y'all asses tomorrow. And I need your opinion on it because it was a really good video. And it had some good context in it. And I want to get your feedback and your opinion on the video. But for today, this is it for the show. All right. I'm going to send y'all out with some good vibes because we talked about the highs and the lows. And I just want to remind you, even when you feel low. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still. Hey, this is Coffee with Friends, and I am Roar to D-Bone. Come back tomorrow, y'all. Move with peace and love and get this message on the way out. Yes, Hillbilly, I agree. Yes, hustle hard. Every single day, I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway, it's a nice way. Hey! I'm through the climb, what? You never hear me, bitch, now I don't come on! Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredients. Hey! Better see with the negativity. But I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Hey! Even when you feel slow, you can still go. What? Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Hey, I don't. I'm hard-headed as fuck. Peace, y'all. See you tomorrow.